This seat costs $8,000. That's the price of a used car. For that, I get a private suite with a closing door, speakers in the headrest, and 14 hours of non-stop service to Tokyo. But is any plane ticket actually worth that amount of money? Well, I'm about to find out. Welcome to Times Square in New York City, the start line for my crazy adventure today, flying halfway around the world on one of the world's longest business class flights. I've dropped a fair chunk of money on the flight I'm about to take today. My question is though, is it worth it? It's time to head across to JFK Airport to take my little flight to Japan. First things first though, it was time to head across to JFK Airport. I actually had the Blade helicopter booked tonight, but with the weather being as bad as it was, they sent a car instead. I'm about to board my flight tonight with Japan Airlines. This is their longest flight, 14 hours tonight, in a seat that costs the same as a used car. But is it worth it? Well, let's go inside, get checked in, and we'll find out. I was actually pretty early to arrive at the airport, and with the check-in desks being closed, I had to check in at the kiosk. Alrighty, I'm all checked in for my flight tonight with Japan Airlines JAL on their Airbus A350 1000. It's their flagship route and their apparently best business class. Is it worth the amount of money it costs? I don't know, we'll figure it out in a bit, but it's a 14-hour run tonight all the way across to Tokyo. So this is actually, I think, the British Airways terminal. As we were driving in, literally every plane outside is BA. It's like Heathrow, but in America. It's crazy. And American Airlines have their long-haul flights out of here as well. Hi there, how are you? Thank you. Hey, how are you? Pre-check, yes. Thank you. But of course, being JFK, even pre-check had its drama.
I'm missing my flight.
Okay, so you're gonna wait there until the supervisor comes, or you're gonna go to standard. Thank you.
Alright, I made it through TSA. Oh, that was a bit of a nightmare, even with pre-check tonight, but hey, we're through. And heading to the Greenwich Lounge. It's a British Airways lounge. I was actually supposed to be flying to Israel tonight out of JFK, rather than Japan, but obviously with everything going on in that part of the world at the moment, it seems like it's a recipe for getting stuck over there. So that will be coming hopefully soon, but let's keep safe for now, and we'll go somewhere else instead. So we're going to Japan tonight with JAL, and then we've got a few bits to do there. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Alrighty, I made it to the Greenwich Lounge here at JFK. It's a British Airways lounge, actually. And it is quite funny because there are like hourly flights to London between now and midnight tonight. So everybody kind of assumes a British guy coming into the lounge is going to London. And they wanted me to do a passport check for entry into the UK. And I'm like, if I end up in London tonight, something has gone very, very wrong. We're sorted. We're in. I'm off to Tokyo. Hopefully. That's the plan, at least. Got myself a glass of lemonade. And the good thing about this being a British Airways lounge is they do a lot of Indian food. So they've got like an Indian curry going on at the minute. So I've got myself a little Indian curry for tonight, ready, lined up just before my flight across to Tokyo. I don't board for another 3.5 hours. Got a long time in this lounge tonight, but I'd rather be here wishing I wasn't than not here wishing I was. After a couple of hours in the lounge, it was time to head down to the gate. Alright, well, I figured I'd start heading down to the gate. It's about half an hour until they start boarding. However, there are an awful lot of people on this flight in business class, so I know it's going to be absolutely rammed trying to get down to the gate in a little bit. So I'm going to head down now while it's not too busy and just hang around by the gate really and have a look at this plane. We're on an A350 tonight, my favourite plane in the world that's still being produced at least. Alright, we don't get much of a view out of the A350, but we can kind of see its tail popping up there. Anyway, it's an A350 1000, 1 year old this one that's here tonight to take us across there, just arrived from Tokyo today. 14-hour run across to Tokyo's Haneda Airport tonight. It's a long one. That's what she said. Yeah, this gate area brings back memories. It's very familiar. I'm sure I've flown from here before many years ago on a flight across to London. I'm sure American Airlines BA have flown from these gates before. Because I remember just sitting pretty much here waiting to take it. This is back in the full flight video days. Gosh, that was a long time ago, but I do remember that. After doing some research, it turned out I had in fact flown from this very gate when I flew to LA back in 2015, filming a full flight video.
Passenger Cody Mandic.
It's fair to say they've done a few improvements over the years and it's now looking a lot more modern.
東京羽田行き日本航空3便の飛行機へのご案内は0時10
But there was no time to hang around because it was soon time to get on board. Thank you. Hi, how are you?
Thank you. You're
All
good
right.
to go.
Thank you. Have a good night. Hello, how are you?
It's
Thank you.
this way.
All right, thank you. Climbing on board JAL's A350, it's fair to say I was pretty surprised. Am I in the right seat? This is insane. This is business class. What? This is huge. I don't even know where to begin. We have well, probably the biggest business class seat is it a seat? It's more like a room that I've ever sat in. This is insane. I mean, where do we even begin with this? We've got like so much space out to the side of us. It's insane. We've got what looks like a closing door there. We've got, I don't know, it's like a spaceship. We've got all sorts of controls and things over here. And when we turn around this way, we've got a huge TV screen. And look at this. Private closet and stuff to put your bits. This is mental. This is absolutely mental. I don't think I've ever been in a business class seat as big as this before. This is absolutely mental. And it really was. Everything in this seat's like the very best parts of the very best first class seats I've flown in before, put together in one very cool business class seat. There's ample storage around the seat, wireless charging as well as multiple power outlets, a huge TV screen with of course the most important in-flight entertainment of all in full 4K quality. And if you'd rather watch something with audio, the seat even has built-in speakers in the headrest that only you can hear. More on that coming up. To top it all off, you can order anything on the menu at any time you want, all through the TV screen. Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. Alrighty then, let's have a little look through the amenity kit on board Japan Airlines. This is Harold Boney, the designer of it. Not heard of them. What's inside though? Alrighty, we have quite a bit. We have a what's this? This thing here looks like a phone stand. Is that a phone stand? Oh yeah, it is. That's really cool. I've never had a mobile phone stand in my amenity kit before. I've also got a phone charger. It's a multiple-ended one as well. Lightning, USB-C. Again, first time I've ever had one in an amenity kit. That is pretty swell. I like that. Eye mask, a bit plasticky, not that bad. Then your usual toothbrush and toothpaste, earplugs, all the rest of the gubbins you normally get. Nothing particularly fancy in there, but these are pretty sweet. I like them. In no time at all, the doors were shut and it was time to push back from the gate. I'm actually really surprised how quickly they've got this whole plane boarded. They started the boarding process at 10 past 12, 10 past midnight. It's now 12:33. The jet bridge is retracted, the doors are closed, we're ready to go. That's crazy. Our route tonight then took us northwest out of New York to cross Canada and Alaska before flying down over the Bering Sea into Japan. Flight time tonight was 13 hours and 42 minutes, cruising at 40,000 feet. You know, I think I've found what it is that makes this feel so private and secluded aside from the closing door, but here at the front and at the back, it's completely sealed, this suite. It's not like most business class seats where you've got like a bit of a gap down the side and you can almost see. It's just a little bit, but it gives you that real illusion of privacy. And it's just so nice. I feel like I'm in my own literally my own private space for this flight, which a lot of business class products don't really do. This is nice.
It's time for the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
Alrighty then, the Japan Airlines Airbus A350 1000 business class loo, and this is pretty nice, although it is a little bit small. It's not very spacious. I think there's actually more room at my seats than there is in the loo, but it's a very nice loo nonetheless. We've got a sink, we've got some toiletries down there, we've got a push to flush over in that corner. Lovely, a mirror just here. And of course, being a Japanese airline, we've got a Japanese loo, complete with bidet features and things to wash your bum while you sit down. I don't know, on a plane, I don't know whether I'd want to risk that, but you could if you wanted to. If you wanted to get a little massage of your posterior, you could do that through here on the loo. People will know you've done that. You'll walk out with a smile on your face, won't you? But in any case, this is the loo on the JAL A350. I'm going to head back to my seat and see if I can put it down. Plan for this flight, I think I'm going to try and get a bit of sleep first. Maybe get 7 hours or so, hopefully, for the first half of the flight, and then second half of the flight will be my waking up time, and then we'll start and have some breakfast and stuff and see what's going on. That's the plan, anyway. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll figure it out.
That was the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
Also, I do like this. You can order your food and your drinks all through the TV screen. I've just been on and ordered myself a non-alcoholic beer. Shall we see if it turns up and how long it takes? That's pretty cool, isn't it? 2 minutes. Hey, that ain't bad, is it? I need one of these at home so we can get Rach bringing me my beers of an evening. Thing with non-alcoholic beers, sometimes they don't taste like beer, but sometimes if you get the right one, they not only taste like beer, but it makes you feel like you're drinking beer. Like you even get like the whole feeling of drinking beer with it. We'll see what all three taste like. It's quite fruity. I want to say it's like an IPA, but not quite. That's pretty decent. That's quite nice. It was made by Suntory. They make the whiskies, don't they? Oh, there we go. This video is brought to you by Surfshark. Now, as you guys know, there is nothing I enjoy more in the world than surfing. I'd even go so far as to say I'm actually pretty good at it. Well, not this sort of surfing. Obviously, I'm not very good at this. It's far too cold and wet for my liking. I much prefer a different sort of surfing. Surfing the web. I'm really good at that, and I can spend hours at it. You see, thanks to Surfshark, surfing the web is a lot more pleasurable and safer too. Surfshark's a VPN that encrypts all of your data, even when I'm travelling on public airport hotspots and Wi-Fi, on planes, in hotels, you name it. Whenever I'm on public Wi-Fi, my data's safe because I'm encrypted through the Surfshark VPN. You see, a VPN encrypts your data, which means that you're not leaving anything on display for the rest of the world to see. Even when I'm not travelling though, Surfshark comes in handy because I can sit and watch TV as if I'm anywhere else in the world, which is really handy because I live here in the States. Thanks to Surfshark, I can still watch my favourite TV programmes with Susie, like Gogglebox. Super easy to install. You go on the website, you download it and install it, you sign into your account, and then you can choose whichever country you'd like to connect through. Right now, Surfshark are offering you 4 extra months completely free of charge at surfshark.com/Noel Phillips. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and put my bed down. You do get a mattress topper, which is quite nice. It's quite comfy actually. If I lay down here, how much space have we got? I am not even touching the bottom of the seat at the minute. I'm 6'5", and I don't touch the bottom, so that's pretty spacious. Width-wise, little bit snug, but I'm guessing when I'm laying on my side it's not going to be too bad. But it's actually pretty comfy, pretty decent if I'm honest. I quite like this. One thing that Japan Airlines do on this seat that I've not seen on any other airliner is they've got speakers built in to the headrest of the seat for the in-flight entertainment. You still get an actual pair of headphones if that's what you'd rather have, but you can actually have it playing through the seat. So I'm going to try that. We're going to see what it's like. Let's see what we've got then on the screen. Zootopia. That'll do. Okay, so it's on there. Now can we hear it through here? I don't even... Is this going to work? Let's try it. Oh, I see. It plays it through like the headrest bits. I've got Japanese talking in my ears. I don't know how that's going to work when they're flat down. You can't hear them when they're flat, but if you put them like to surround your head, then you can hear it. That's weird. And I can watch Zootopia while I'm laying in bed without headphones on. This is the life, eh? And so I fell asleep watching Zootopia, and when I woke up, we were getting closer to Japan. Well, good morning. I managed to sleep for around about, I think, 6 or 7 hours after takeoff from JFK. So we're now over the Bering Strait between America and Russia. I'm about to fly down over Kamchatka, I think, and down towards Tokyo eventually. They're just starting a meal service now, I think. 8 hours into the flight. We're well over halfway through now. I actually slept pretty well. The bed's pretty comfy, honestly. I had 2 big stretches of sleep and I woke up a bit in the middle. Other than that, not too bad at all really. But yeah, we're flying high over the sea at the minute. Fast approaching Japan. Alrighty then, I would say it's breakfast that's turned up, but I think it's more like a lunch service. So well, for starters, we've got a couple of like some nuts and some olives. I asked for a cup of coffee to wake up and some OJ, and then we've got the Japanese menu coming today, which I've been really looking forward to trying. Normally I'm a bit of a wuss on these flights, and I will go for the Western stuff on every single flight there. Everybody kept telling me that I must do the Japanese menu, so that's what we're going to be doing for breakfast. Not sure what it's going to taste like for breakfast, but we'll see. Alrighty then, so my lunch service has arrived, and it's very Japanesey, as you'd probably expect when you get the little Japanese meal. But look what we got, like a little bird. I think that's a salt shaker. That's pretty cool. And then we get some chopsticks. And we've got like a combination, I don't know what's in it. It looks like it's all sushi, like fish stuff. But we'll give it a go. There's a shrimp just here. Let's try this shrimp first. Shrimp. Tastes like shrimp. That's alright. One of these has got a bit of wasabi on it. Wasabi at 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Texan. I like my quesadillas with hot sauce for breakfast in the morning. I will have hot sauce with breakfast anytime, but wasabi may be a little too hot for this time of day. It's good they give you a little roadmap of what all the food is. I would have no idea otherwise. Alrighty then, the main course for dinner. That was only the starter. We've now got the main course. I've got whatever this thing is. There's like some... That's actually hot food. That's good. And it looks like we've got a little bowl of soup. A big bucket of soup.
Can I just get a medium?
Do you have big buckets of soup?
Can I just...
Oh, how the heck are you supposed to pick this up with chopsticks? Oh, it's just falling to bits. That's... Oh. Jesus. I can't even get that to pick up. How are you supposed to pick up something that's soft and squishy with ease? Right, every time I pick it up, it just falls to bits. It's like opening a Christmas present. They've wrapped it well anyway. Oh, it's rice. Why is it wrapped up like a Christmas present? It's like one of them presents that Rachel's wrapped as well. It's like impossible to open. So I've been on this plane now for about 11 hours. I've got about another 2.5 hours left down into Tokyo. I'm knackered. I'm absolutely worn out. And it's dark. Like, the entire flight is dark. We take off at midnight. We land at local time in Tokyo, 5 a.m. Which means that we've just flown through the night. It's not even light yet when we arrive. But we've got 2.5 hours left to run until Tokyo. This flight, if you book this flight non-stop from JFK to Tokyo, it is ridiculous money. Like crazy money, like $8,000 is the price I saw to book this. I'm like, I ain't paying $8,000 for a flight. You could buy a used car for that price. However, there is a workaround that I've used to get this flight a whole lot cheaper. And when I say cheaper, like less than half of that price. It's cost me $3,000 for this flight, and the way I've done that is by booking a multi-city trip. Booking a flight from New York to Tokyo is a premium route, like business people will pay a lot of money for that. However, if you book a flight from New York to somewhere else, like Bangkok or Manila, well, that brings the price down by an insane amount of money. Now, clearly, I want to go to Tokyo for a few days. I don't want to be just connecting straight on. But that's where the multi-city thing comes in. You do a multi-city itinerary, you arrive into Tokyo on this flight. I've then got like 3 days in Tokyo, and then I've got another flight out of Tokyo to somewhere else. And by doing it that way, it's saving me $5,000 off the price of this ticket. And I've got a flight, another long-haul flight, somewhere else as well, included in that. That's the way you do it. One thing I do have to say though is the crew on this flight have been absolutely amazing. They're so attentive and so nice as well. I fancy a cup of coffee, and my screen's not letting me order it for some reason, so I'm going to press the call bell, something I don't normally do, and we'll time how long it takes for a member of cabin crew to come with the call bell. Alright, pressing the button. I hate doing this, it makes me feel like I'm so needy, but let's press the call button. 3, 2, 1, press. See. Hi, can I get a black coffee, please? Black coffee? Yes, please. Thank you. For no sugar. Yeah, thank you. That was less than 30 seconds. Crazy. Thank you very much. Amazing. Thank you. Thanks. Less than 2 minutes for pressing the call bell to it turning on. That is service. I feel like I do have to dispel a little bit of a myth here, by the way, when it comes to getting good service on flights. A lot of people comment and say, well, you're a YouTuber, of course you get good service on flights. And to be completely honest, 90% of the time, the crew don't know me. Why would they? They're a Japanese flight crew. They don't watch British, American flight vloggers, do they? Like every single flight that I take as well, by the way. And another reminder for anybody newer to the channel, I pay for all of these flights myself. If I have something good to say about an airline, it's because they've genuinely impressed me, because I've spent my own money. I know what it's like to spend my own money on these flights, because that's what I do. There is no involvement from the airlines. They don't need to. Airlines don't pay anybody, not even people who have this reputation for being paid off by airlines. Nobody gets paid off by airlines, I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. We're not that important. Aviation bloggers are not important to the airlines at all. Now, don't get me wrong, there's times when we get invited to those press events that they handle and stuff like that. We get invited to an inaugural flight or something. Yeah, that happens sometimes. And I always disclose that, but nobody ever gets paid off by the airlines for flying with them. That does remind me, actually, a funny story. Just before I came on this trip, I was reached out to by an airline in Europe, a particular, I won't name names, but a very low-cost European airline that has purple and pink planes. They messaged me and said, Noel, please come over and make a video on our airline. Talk about how we're the cheapest airline in the world and we have all these cheap flights all over Europe and all over Eastern Europe. And in return for you making a video telling everybody how good we are, we will offer you a free flight anywhere on our network. Well, bearing in mind their flights are like $30 at best to go anywhere on their network across Europe. And plus, the fact is that this particular, and who wants to watch a video about a low-cost airline in Europe that everybody knows about anyway, you know? if I want to go and make a video about an airline like that, I will pay for it myself, because that way I can say what I like about that airline, and if they're crap, I'll say they're crap, and if they're good, I'll say they're good. If it costs me $30 to book a quick flight and make that video, well then I'd rather do that than have somebody else pay that $30 and not be able to say what I want. As we got closer to Tokyo, it was time to engage full Japan mode. Alrighty then, we have started our descent down into Tokyo Haneda International Airport. Still dark out, we're actually even going to be early, I think, landing down. We must have had a bit of a tailwind on the way over, because we were actually quite early now. Almost an hour early, in fact, landing down into Tokyo. Honestly, when I booked Japan Airlines, I wasn't sure what they'd be like. I never thought they'd be that brilliant, if I'm honest. You look at their planes, they have the most boring, plain, white livery. It looks cheap from the outside. Am I the only person who thinks that, by the way? Let me know what you think to their livery. I think their livery is really cheap, really nasty. It does no justice to what their product is actually like on board. The hard product is just phenomenal. This is probably the best business class seat that I've ever had. It's just amazing. With all the features it has, and the closing door, the privacy is unmatched. The speakers in the headrest, even the huge TV screen, the little storage closets and the wireless charging and all the rest of it. It's an incredible seat. The service is just fantastic, phenomenal service. The food is pretty decent. I mean, maybe if you go for the Western, it might be more to my taste in the future, but maybe more to your taste if you have a Western meal rather than the Japanese meal. But that being said, it was still quite nice, quite tasty too. I am genuinely impressed with Japan Airlines. As we got closer to Tokyo, we started our descent over Tokyo Bay for the beautiful landing into Haneda Airport. Last time I arrived into Tokyo was into Narita, and immigration was an absolute nightmare. But here today they've put these brand new machines in, and within a few minutes I was outside waiting for my Uber. Oh, that went very smoothly, just about 10 minutes in total. They've managed the queue really well here compared to Narita. Anyway, welcome to Japan. Let's go and try and find my Uber. So apparently around here somewhere is where I need to be. There's the taxis, so we'll see if that's where we need to get one from. It's like an Uber. It's weird, it's like an Uber, but they've reserved a taxi for an Uber. I don't know. Hello. Good morning. Hideki.
Yes.
Thank you. At 5 o'clock in the morning, there's barely any traffic on the roads. Getting to my hotel took just 20 minutes. Hello, good morning. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Alrighty then, welcome to the Conrad Tokyo. They've upgraded my room. Every time I seem to come to a Conrad, they end up upgrading my room. So that's pretty nice. I'll have a look around. Apparently it's a suite. It's not quite as big as the one I had in China that time, but look at this. Oh, we've got a living room here. Big TV, coffee machine, the bedroom through here. Nice. And a little chaise lounge to Shizon or Longjon, and then nice view out over, oh wow, right over downtown Tokyo. That's pretty cool. And then the bathroom. Right, I'm prepared. This is Japan. We will have Japanese toilets. I am sure that the toilet is going to open up and the lights come on when I walk in, wherever it is. Look at that bathroom. What? That's nice. Oh, there's a little rubber ducky down there too. And then the toilet will be in here. No, it didn't. Wow. Anyway. It's a Toto toilet. Anyway, Toto make damn good toilets. There must be a Japanese brand or somewhere. They make really good toilets. Anyway, we are here for 3 nights, including tonight, because we're halfway through the night now. And I've got a couple of bits to do here in Japan, and then we are heading off elsewhere on our magical adventures around Asia first, before we go on to the next bit anyway. So yeah, a few nights here. Japan Airlines, what can I say? I was absolutely blown away by JAL. They were an amazing airline to fly with, totally not what I expected. I heard they were good. I didn't necessarily think that they'd be as good as they were. They were just absolutely phenomenal. I need sleep. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.